Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Yep, we've got one more Squidmar model to do, and that comes in the Dark Future set. And it's the cool one. It's probably my favorite of the model. Yep, not the dwarf, but the elf. I love this sculpt. It's really cool. I'm looking forward to painting this. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do the OSL, but I'm going to push forward like I am. I'm not quite sure. I may not, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm really crunched for time. But anyway, guys, what a fun little series this has been. You know what? We did three. We did the dwarf, we did the dark shaman, and now we're doing the elf. And again, we're coming to a close on the Squidmar series. But I do have one more video that I will be throwing out real soon. It's because I picked up the Squidmar Infinity CR Plus 2024 series, and I'm really looking forward to getting that, and I'd love to do just a video on that and see how she works. But anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel, and I'll see you guys in there. Alright, here we go. Dark Future set. This is the model that came with the Dark Future set. It's an elf with a spear, and she's got some armor, and she's on some rocks here. I don't know the lore behind these guys. I did see something that they had another model with her on it. I think. Anyway, I digress. This should be a quick paint. I'm gonna try and keep this as simple as possible, and some of the art that I came up with here is right here. This is kind of where we're going. We're going to use this as kind of a map, so we're going to do kind of a bluish armor, definitely grays down below for the rock, skin tones for the head, brown for the fur in the back, and then we're going to do that OSL coming from the bottom, and we're going to use a little bit of purple. And this isn't the original art. This isn't how Squidmar painted it. This is somebody else painted this one, but I really liked it. It's very vivid and a good photo. So this is kind of the route we're going to go. We'll probably try to do the blue blade and everything as well. But this model, this is probably my favorite of all of them, even over the dwarf. I really like this model. This sculpt is really cool. Anyway, alright, so what we're going to do first is I'm going to knock those rocks out, just get the base going, because I'm just going to get away. I'm crunched for time again, as always, and for that I'm going to use some ivory, black, and a little bit of dark sea blue here. I apologize, that was out of camera. So we're going to use some ivory, black, and some dark sea blue, and just a little bit of this just to give it a little bit of color on the other side, just a little more like your, I don't know, just to add some color to the gray. Anyway, there we go. All right, let's do it. Quick rundown. I did a mixture of the black and the ivory and came up with a darker tone here, which is what we're going to use for the base. And then here is kind of a mid-tone, and then here's kind of a highlight, and that's the route we're doing. We'll introduce that blue here in just a minute. This right here, see that? We'll be putting a little bit of that blue, green, gray into the shadows. All right, just wanted to show you that. All right, now that we've got that gray down, I'm going to take a little bit of that dark sea blue and just kind of put it in the crevices here, just to give it a different color here and there. Probably hard to see on camera, but you can see it here, kind of in the cracks. It's very subtle. Alright, I add a little bit more of the bright ivory to the mix. We're going to catch the tops. Just like so. Not being crazy careful, but kind of careful. Yeah, definitely. The backside. On the high. Alright. It's already looking rocky up close. Might be hard to see on camera, but maybe not. Alright, so just a quick, simple mid-tone. I'm going to do one more pass. I'm going to add a little more white, or a little more ivory probably, but not too much. Alright, so here we're just going to give all of everything else a base of brown, because the rest of the colors are going to be the non-metallic gold and then the khaki cloth that will be right here. So I'm going to cover everything in brown for now. I think I watered it down just a little too much. But we definitely have to do this this cape brown. So I was looking to see how can I cut some corners here to kind of speed this up, and this is the route. So we're going to do brown for everything else except for the skin and the staff, and then we will move from there, and we will highlight each brown just a little different. All right. Let's keep going. Alright, looks like we've got all of the brown done, and now I'm going to start using that same brown. I'm going to get in here and hit these trim. Then I'm going to do gold, non-metallic gold with this brown. I've got to be real careful here. So I'll be working in sections, just like this. Be real careful. Alright, here we're almost done with our base colors. What we're going to do now is we're going to finish up that skin, and we're going to use a bit of this this sunny skin tone to give it a base, and we're just going to be doing the head and the fingertips. I keep going out of camera, I apologize. The fingertips and the head, and that's about it. We're going to base that, and then we'll move on to the highlights, and we'll probably end up highlighting that armor first, and then we'll do the brown, which will be the base for the non-metallic gold-ish, right? And then we're going to do this probably in off-white. You know, we'll get it in there and just make it look a little worn. All right, let's do it. Alright, now we're on to the fun part. We're going to start the highlights, and for the first highlight we're going to be using a mixture of the base, what was it, dark sea blue and turquoise. These are I'm gonna mix these two to get a mid-tone for that armor, and we're not gonna be too careful. We're gonna get it kind of on the high areas. You've seen me do it plenty of times before, but we're just kind of checking these paints out this time in this model, and we're just pushing through. This is our last Squidmar model. It's not our last Squidmar video. I do have the Infinity CR Plus 2024 Squidmar airbrush harder steam bag, and I do want to get that on the channel. So let's not forget about that. All right, so let's push forward on the highlights on the armor. Since we're using this brown, I'm going to use this to highlight some of the fur here. Killing two birds with one stone with one color. Because then we'll use a little lighter color to highlight it here in a little bit. But this will This will look good. There we go. I took the cape or the cloak as far as I'm gonna go. I just used that dark rust and the dark rust, deck tan, and ivory, and I went all the way out to ivory, and I did that, and I did it right here in the front as well. You know, I didn't keep it too smooth. I mean, it's a bit sketchy, but I like it. I like it. I like the sketch look. And these paints are terrific for that. Anyway, so let's move on to let's start highlighting the armor. I think that's going to be one of the bigger focal points. And again, we're going to start with turquoise and dark sea blue and go from there. All right, let's do it. Now we're adding more turquoise. due to time restraints, I'm not going to be able to get that OSL, that outside glow, from underneath. We were going to have a light source come from the bottom, and maybe I'll do that. Actually, do that in a tutorial video, and it'll be just about the OSL. But what we would have done is use this violet red as a base, and we would have sprayed from the bottom, right? Just from the bottom, and then we would have come back with this, maybe even a mixture, sprayed the same thing, just a little bit lighter, and then come back with the magenta and sprayed just a little bit, and then you came back with the brush and highlighted. But I think for now, I'm gonna get some pigments, and I'm gonna drop it in there just to make it look dusty and this and that, and I may actually highlight those rocks with a little bit more ivory to make the rock pop a little more, just to save time. But I've done plenty of OSL on the channel, and I'm happy to do more. And actually, I'm kind of disappointed I'm not going to be able to do it. But again, time restraints. The face on this turned out great. I'm really happy with that, man. That looks really, really, really cool. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to push forward with the pigments. All right, let's do it. Well, there you have it, guys. Squidmar Dark Future paint set by Vallejo. Well, what a cool little paint, you know. And the miniature that came inside, the elf, I gotta say, is probably my favorite. Yeah, above the dwarf. I love this sculpt, and the way just the sculpt itself is really, really cool. And on this one, it came with a bald guy or a dark, or I say dark hair, or a long hair. You could do any hair you like, but I really opted for the bald guy. I like the whole thing. I like the. I don't have hair, so I try not to use hair, but anyway, I digress. What a cool little paint, guys. You know, you saw it there on the spinner. I used some bright colors. Turned out terrific. I'm really happy with this. And again, guys, stay tuned. I want to show you over here. I've got the Infinity CR Plus 2024 Squidmar version. I haven't had a chance to use it. I'd really like to lay into it and see how she works, and I think I'll do that on a video here pretty quick. But anyway, guys, we got a lot more to do. I went to the game store, and I ended up picking up quite a bit of fun stuff. I've got the Krieg box set. I've got some Trench Crusade stuff, and I actually picked up a little bit of Legion. There was some new droids out that the box screamed at me, so I grabbed it. But anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll catch you next week.